Explanation of the script. AWS Template Format Version, September 9, 2010, specifies the version of the AWS CloudFormation template format being used. Resources. This section defines the AWS resources that will be created or managed by the CloudFormation template. MyVPC defines a virtual private cloud, VPC, named MyVPC. Type, AWS, EC2, VPC, specifies the type of resource as an EC2 VPC. Properties, defines the configuration properties for the VPC, including the CIDR block 10.0.0.0.16. MyPublic subnet, defines a public subnet named MyPublic subnet. Type, AWS, EC2, subnet, specifies the type of resource as an EC2 subnet. Properties, defines the configuration properties for the subnet, including the VPC ID ref MyVPC, CIDR block 10.0.10/24 and map public IP on launch set to true, enabling automatic assignment of public IP addresses to instances launched in this subnet. MyPrivate subnet defines a private subnet named MyPrivate subnet. Type, AWS, EC2, subnet, specifies the type of resource as an EC2 subnet. Properties, defines the configuration properties for the subnet, including the VPC ID ref MyVPC and CIDR block 10.0.2.0/24. For CRUD operations on the stack, you can use the same commands provided in previous responses. Here's a recap. Create the CloudFormation stack. Bash. Copy code. AWS CloudFormation create stack. Stack name MySubnet stack. Template body file :/subnet-template YAML. Read details of the stack. Bash. Copy code. AWS CloudFormation describe stacks. Stack name MySubnet stack. Update the CloudFormation stack. Bash. Copy code. AWS CloudFormation update stack. Stack name MySubnet stack. Template body file :/updated-subnet-template YAML. Delete the CloudFormation stack. Bash. Copy code. AWS CloudFormation delete stack. Stack name MySubnet stack. An analogy for this setup could be a housing estate with both public and private streets. Public subnet. These are like the public streets within the estate, where houses have addresses visible to everyone. Instances launched in this subnet can have public IP addresses and can communicate directly with the internet. Private subnet. These are like the private streets within the estate, accessible only to residents. Instances launched in this subnet do not have public IP addresses and cannot communicate directly with the internet. Here's a mind map representing the components of the public and private subnets. VPC. Public subnet. CIDR block. Map public IP on launch. Private subnet. CIDR block. This mind map illustrates the components and their relationships within the public and private subnets created using AWS CloudFormation.